This classic episode of the Electric Playground is brought to you by PNP Games, your source for everything video games. Support the partners that support Electric Playground. Remember, this episode first aired in 2000.
What my diminutive friend is trying to say is that there is a brand new game from LucasArts called Obi-Wan, and we're going to see it. Oh my.
I'm here at LucasArts with Steve Shaw. Now, is Obi-Wan the main character that you play in the game?
Essentially assume the persona of Obi-Wan Padawan learner.
Well, this is the big question on everyone's mind. Hook me into multiplayer. What's it about?
We've focused a lot on multiplayer in this engine. The engine's constructed entirely from ground up with multiplayer in mind.
We see Darth Mauls running around and Qui-Gons.
And you're going to hopefully fool them doing flips, jumps, rolls, everything you saw in the film. Fancy saber moves.
Amazing. It's a rumor that everybody at LucasArts actually gets a lightsaber when they first join the crew. Is that correct?
Yes, we do.
And this is, can I...
And this was mine, but I'll loan it to you.
Will you loan it to me?
Yeah, but you got to promise to be careful.
I'll be... Come on. And,
Okay, here we go. I'm doing a Jedi. Whoa.
All right, Tommy, let's take you out here and introduce you to some of the team.
Okay.
Come on, you'll like them.
Great. This thing's free. Yep. Vic will pay for that.
This is
Right.
where my level designers work. This here is Ryan Kaufman.
Cool. So, this whole area, this whole thing. Oh!
Jeez.
Oh! So we got the Jar Jar here, and I'm seeing that. Oh, look, you even got Jar Jar there.
Tommy.
I'm sorry.
Let me introduce you to Kevin, our lead level. This is the conference room from the opening scene.
From the very opening scene, of course.
Model it in here, we export it and throw it in, jump right.
Cool, all right, thanks a lot. Hey, look. Oh. Maintenance.
If you don't kill him, I'll introduce you to Graham Anable, the lead animator.
Well, obviously you got your work cut out for you. The animations of Dark Forces 1 and 2 were just, simply amazing. This being the third one of the...
Let's go.
Talk another line.
Nope.
I get Kylo, and then read it, but I got. Oh,
For more information on any of the games or stories featured on EP, visit our website at www.electplay.com.
One of the most prolific game developers in the industry is a company called Digital Eclipse. Don't look directly into the light.
I'm with Mike Mika. He is the creative director of Digital Eclipse, and these are the guys that make every single Game Boy game you've ever played, right?
Well, almost every single Game Boy game we ever made. We started with Blitz, Rampage, World Tour, Mortal Kombat, Paperboy, up to Tarzan to Army Men. Did I mention Army Men?
Army Men. How about
Vegas games.
The Defender Joust
Defender.
cartridge?
Oh, then you go into the classics, which is Defender Joust,
Yep.
Klax, Moon Patrol, Spy Hunter, and then ever since then we've just doing just about every kind of game we can for almost every kind of publisher out there. 3DO, Activision, Capcom, Midway, of course, we started with because we have a real relationship with the classics.
So one a week, pretty much.
It feels like one a week.
How are you guys able to crank out so many games? What's your secret?
It's really pulling a lot of talented people together. We're fortunate to have a lot of guys who worked on a lot of the classic systems. So when we jumped over to Game Boy, we had guys who were doing Defender, Joust, and emulating all these old architectures.
Right.
And Game Boy is inherently old. It's run by a Z80 processor. So these guys just jumped on it and switched over really quick, and it was just easy to crank out as many games as we could.
What's your favorite of those old classic games?
Oh, the old classics, I would have to say the number one would be Galaga from Namco. I still play that one. I skipped 2 college exams just to get the highest score in my college on that one.
Would you guys ever be interested in doing like a 2600 action pack for...
Oh, we've been dying to do that. That's one project we've been urging publishers to get behind. And actually, it's good that you guys are asking about that because publishers actually don't feel there is a market for these 2600 game packs.
Yeah.
And we'd love to put a huge compilation out.
And I want you to tell us what are the top 10 games, top 10 classic games that every game player, everybody that calls himself a game player, should go out and play right now.
Galaga,
Yeah.
Robotron, Defender, Joust, Sinistar, Dig Dug, Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Tempest, Gauntlet.
Awesome.
Which is kind of moving ahead there, but that was a big impact on my life.
What do you think about the portable market in general? Do you think it could support a 64-bit handheld or a 128-bit handheld?
With the announcement of Game Boy Advance and the specs we've seen on it so far, it looks like it's going to be just inching its way up to probably last generation's consoles on the television.
Right on. Thank you very much, Mike.
Thanks a lot. Glad to have you guys.
This was great.
I am here with Mr. Mills Lane, legendary everything. Geez,
I'm just a country boy now. I don't thought that. I'm just a country boy.
You're doing a little of everything these days.
Well, I've been very lucky. I never forget where I came from. I've been very lucky.
That's right. Now, your involvement in video games.
Yeah, I do the voiceover for Electronic Arts for Knockout Kings. Yeah, let's get it on. I know somebody said that.
A couple weeks ago, I think I was watching, and there were two kids suing each other over video games, Sony PlayStation. They were renting.
Yeah, oh yeah, and that big lawsuit to them. I mean, and those things, big deal.
That's right.
I'm not sure who won that one. I don't remember. That's a big deal.
But it was a big deal because of the video games, right?
Absolutely. Video games, my kids, they love them. I can't get them off of them.
Yeah.
Get them out and take a little run, yeah.
For more information on any of the games or stories featured on EP, visit our website at www.electplay.com.
Released in North America on October 19th of 1999, Pokemon Yellow brings a refreshed version of the Red and Blue adventure, but more important to us, dear viewer, it brings additional Pokedex entries and lore. Hi, I'm Lee from PNP Games, and this is Pocket Monster Facts. Kabutops! Boop! A slim and fast swimmer, it slices its prey with its sharp sickles and drinks the body fluid. What body fluid are they talking about, Mommy? Is Pikachu gonna be okay? Victory Bell! Lures prey with the sweet aroma of honey. Swallowed whole, the prey is melted within a day, bones and all. If there are any unsolved murders in the Kanto region, Officer Jenny might want to look into this guy. Lapras. This Pokemon Red and Blue entry tells us that this Pokemon has been hunted to near extinction, and Pokemon Yellow adds that it's a gentle soul that can read the minds of people. Can I do one of these without being profoundly sad at the end? Join us every Saturday morning on the Electric Playground Classic for more Pocket Monster facts, and of course shop pmpgamesonline.com for all of your video game needs. Play forever!
You know, Space Channel 5 is one of the latest and greatest dancing video games for the SEGA Dreamcast. And it features, woohoo, come on, Mr. Michael Jackson.
Now, this game is just on its way to America now, and it's been out in Japan for a while, and a lot of people don't know about it. It's a game similar, you'd say, to perhaps Parappa the Rappa meets Busta Groove.
You have to watch everything, by your eyes. So the Morians, the aliens invade the Earth, and they're forced to dance, everybody. So you have to fight with aliens by dance. I think you can enjoy the whole world, whole music and the whole world and the character movements, because no signs over there inside.
It's a very natural, free environment.
Yes, where you can enjoy everything. The spectators can enjoy also.
Well, particularly the main character, Ulala. Now, she's this very modern, futuristic woman, and that's the character that you play, and you're going to save the world by dancing with the aliens.
That's right. So she's 22 years old. She's the rookie reporter of Space Channel 5. So if you play well, you can get view rating higher and higher.
Michael Jackson's in this game somewhere?
We call Space Michael.
Space Michael.
Michael, captured by them. So you have to save him.
Ulala's moves within the game. She's a fabulous dancer.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a really good reporter. Yeah. So Tetsuya Mizuguchi from Space Channel 5, over and out.
We were at the Game Developers Conference this year, and Logitech showed me two new cool peripherals. One of them's a force feedback mouse, and the other is a joystick you can control with your butt. I am here at Logitech with Fred Swan, and this is the most amazing thing I've seen at the show. This is the Wingman force feedback mouse. So you actually have the mouse, and it's like weighted, and the thing's, look at this, the thing's actually like moving it's crazy. Look at it, woohoo! And what I can't figure out, Fred, I mean, this thing is like, it's got some serious power to it too. I mean, you can actually feel my hand, I'm like fighting with this ball. It's, whoa! Oh, Jesus. I broke, shh, don't anyone. That's, Fred, I'm all right. Fred, what's going on here exactly?
Right.
How are you getting this feedback?
It's attached to the pad because underneath the pad and back here, there's some very sophisticated motors. The mouse is actually being moved mechanically by some real high-end motors, and it generates force in a variety of directions.
Now, I thought that force feedback mouse was cool, but this is actually even stranger. This is, you know when you play video games like your whole life, right? And you always see those people who play the games and they're like leaning and they're like, oh, and they look like total idiots, kind of like me right now. But no, this joystick is actually, look at it, the movements are being controlled. Is there a weighted thingy-mo-jig in here? What's going on here? How does this work?
The Wingman Gamepad Extreme uses accelerometer technology. It's
accelerometer?
Accelerometer. Basically, there's a very, very tiny little thing in there, and whenever it moves, the gamepad knows. So when you move this, there's like a little ball, more or less, inside. That moves around, but it's on a like micro level. It's the same kind of thing that's used in airbags in cars.
I can play video games without my hands now, actually. I mean, I could put it on my head, couldn't I?
You could wear it on your head, you could put it in your pocket.
With my head. Look, I'm playing with my head. Look at this action, look. I'm doing a 360 right now, this is great.
I think we may just give you this gamepad too. I think.
Oh, can I have this one?
I think so.
Cool. Hey, wait, give me that mouse. I want to put it down my pants. Maybe they'll give me that too.
For more information on any of the games or stories featured on EP, visit our website at www.electplay.com.
Hey, what's your favorite video game of all time? No way, that's mine too! Celebrate video games along with myself and Victor Lucas every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Time on youtube.com/EPNTV. Brought to you in part proudly by PNP Games. Play forever!
This is Ed Templeton. He's in the new PlayStation game called Grind Session. How you doing, Ed?
Doing all right.
You having a good time out here at Slam City Jam?
Yeah, pretty good time.
What are some of your favorite cities to skate in, man?
Well, right here in Vancouver is a very nice city to skate in.
Yeah.
Sydney, Australia is real nice. And Paris is always nice to skate to.
Paris.
Sounds funny, but yeah.
I think that's the old saying. Paris is always a nice city to skate in. Is this one of the first video games that you've been in?
This is the first video game I've been in.
Yeah. What's that feel like?
It feels pretty cool. It was really interesting at first seeing my face, you know, my character on the screen.
Yeah. Now, did you hook up with the guys at Shabba Games? Did they motion capture you and stuff like that?
Yeah, we did all that stuff. It took a couple months before I actually saw my character.
Yeah.
But when I did, I was really pleased with it. It looked more like me than I do, I guess. You know, it looked real realistic. I was stoked on that. We also helped a lot with making sure the tricks and the names of the tricks all looked and were named properly according to the sport.
So it sounds like you were a lot more than just a name and a face in the game. You actually helped in the consultation and the design process here as well.
Definitely. I helped out with the consultation and the design, and I also did the video clips. When you win a certain person's character, I helped edit the video clips because they wanted to make sure that looked like a real skateboard video.
So tell us some of the stunts and stuff that you can pull off in this thing.
In the game?
Yeah.
Oh, you can do ridiculous stuff that you definitely can do on a skateboard, which is real fun.
Yeah.
Airs out of ramps and like 3 kick flips in a row, and then land it, and 360 flip nose grind down huge 40-star handrails and stuff like that.
Wow. You should ask Sony to give you one of these things. You should say, I want a big PlayStation bed like that at home. You guys got to make that happen for me.
And you can jump off a roof into that thing.
That'd be pretty cool. It's like your own airbag everywhere you go.
Are you letting kids jump on it?
No, it's not ours. But sure, kids can jump on it. Go ahead, no problem.
Thanks a lot, Ed. No problem. Thanks, buddy. Enjoy the rest of the heat, and I hope you kick ass and win.
Oh, me too.
Now, Trip Hawkins is one of the original founders of Electronic Arts. He's also the brains behind 3DO. Now, we talked to Trip about his whole multiplayer strategy, and we also found out he's pretty crazy about PlayStation 2.
I'm with Trip Hawkins. He's the founder, CEO, chairman, president. He's the big guy at 3DO, and we're here to talk about 3DO's products for 2000. How you doing, Trip?
Really good. It's a great day.
Thanks for having us out to the company picnic. This is really cool. You guys are always extremely hospitable.
Well, it's glad to have you here.
What are we going to be playing this year?
Well, of course, we like to bring toys to life, so we're going to continue to bring people into that great fantasy world of the Army Men. And we're going to do a lot more to expand that property. There's some great characters like Sarge. They're going to get to have new episodes and new stories.
So tell me about the multiplayer game in this in Army Men. How does that all work out?
You know, we are. I think we're probably the biggest believers in multiplayer gaming around, and I've just always believed that. You know, I don't think gamers should be by themselves. They should be playing with their friends and their family, and it's like we just want to make every game be a great multiplayer game, and you've got to think differently about it because people have different skill levels, and it just doesn't work if you're going to go kick your friends. But every time you play, they're not going to come back for more. So you got to have good handicapping. You've got to be able to customize the controls, and we try to think about all those things and make the software work to adapt to you a little bit. And that way you can get a bunch of people in playing together. And we think it's great. The more people that are playing together, the better.
When I came to visit you a couple of years ago, you guys were announcing a new baseball franchise called High Heat, and it has since gone on to become a critical favorite. And everybody loves the High Heat games. Tell us what's new with High Heat 2001.
Well, it's kind of an adventure. We're sort of on a mission to help people understand the real beauty of the sport of baseball. A lot of people understand it kind of at a surface level, and there's just so much more there. And that's the experience that I've had as a baseball fan over the years, learning more about it and just falling more and more in love with what a great game it is.
Is High Heat 2001 multiplayer? Can you play it on the internet, on the PC?
Yes. In fact, again, it's just a major part of our strategy on the PC to get as many of the games to be internet playable games with as many people as we can. And
not too long ago, there was an article in Newsweek about the launch of PlayStation 2 in Japan, and you were quoted as saying that this is going to change the way that games are played forever. And I'm wondering if you still feel that way now that Microsoft has announced Xbox and there's all this competition out there.
Absolutely. Yeah. It really is a watershed moment. And if you look at what PlayStation 2 represents, it's the first major gaming platform that can play DVD movies. We know there's a wide audience that will care about that. It's also the first one that will be on the internet, and it'll be a lot cheaper than a PC, a lot more plug and play, easier to use than a PC. So it just represents this turning point where gaming is going to get to reach a much larger audience. The internet is going to reach a much larger audience. It's a way of democratizing gaming.
I keep hearing this over and over again from different people that I'm meeting out there, and that games are the entertainment medium for the 21st century.
Absolutely. I've subscribed to that philosophy for a long time. And people are social and they're interactive. That's just such a fundamental part of who we are. And games are the software medium that allows you to do that. And as the world gets to be more networked, you're just going to see that explode.
But who the heck are these other people?
Well, they got funny makeup on.
What the heck was that?
That's cool.
No, they made up Jedis. I didn't like that at all.
No, they were in the movie. They just had...
They weren't in the movie. They were sitting in a freaking around the thing.
They had non-speaking parts.
Yeah, non-speaking roles.
That's cool.
Get out of here.
Cool. Video games are about interaction. Action. But sometimes they allow themselves quiet moments, be it in contrast to the harrowing journey in respite of, or just to lull the player into a false sense of security. Dozens of games have these video game places. The opening of Echo the Dolphin sees our hero just chilling with his pod. You can use the A button to communicate with your family members. Whoa, deep bro. You can stay here perpetually if you choose, but as soon as Echo leaps too high out of the water, disaster strikes. He is left alone, and your journey to reunite with your family and save the planet from aliens, for real, begins. What are some of your favorite video game quiet places? Be it relaxing in the village of Calm after escaping Shinra pursuers in Final Fantasy VII, or gleefully jumping around Peach's castle before you learn she's been absconded with in Mario 64. Remember, smell the roses and play forever.
Hey, now here's a cool game. This is Micro Machines from THQ. There's cars, there's boats, there's helicopters, there's even tanks in this thing. There's a bunch of different challenge modes and tournament modes you can play in. You can actually even choose all your opponents, which is really cool. Or you can link it up and play against other people. But another cool mode is the challenge mode, where you actually have to try to beat the person by getting ahead of them for one screen. So it's kind of like a head-to-head thing. The controls are real easy. You basically press the A button to go. The colors are really good on it. It's probably one of my favorite games right now for any portable system that I'm playing right now. Micro Machines gets a 9 out of 10.
What'd you think about Alien vs. Predator Gold Edition for the PC?
Well, the coolest part of this game is that you can play a Marine, or an Alien, or the Predator. Depending on which person you pick to play, it really defines the game. For example, if you're a Marine and you're sneaking around in the spacecraft, you're really scared.
Oh,
you're just like, ah, like things will jump out and you'll be like freaking out.
You're so vulnerable as a Marine.
But if you play like the Alien, then your whole psyche changes and you're like, going around, I'm going to kill somebody, you know?
You're getting 3 different games in one, which is really cool. I like playing the Marine because you're scared the entire time. You've got a flamethrower that looks awesome. You've got pulse rifles.
It's really freaky seeing your own blood on the walls.
Oh my God, it's so frightening. I fell into a fan and it went and my blood was all over the wall.
And you turn around, it's like, hey, that's my blood.
Oh, it's really well put together. The graphics are top notch. 9 out of 10 for Alien vs. Predator Gold Edition from me.
8.6 for me. It's a good score for me for a first-person shooter.
What'd you think of MDK2 for the Dreamcast?
All I did through the whole entire game was keep screwing up because I wanted to move forward with the joystick.
The best thing about this game, and you got to agree with me here, is that you get 3 distinct characters. Kurt Hectic is sort of like the hero of the game. He's from MDK1, and then you've got the Doctor, Dr. Fluke Hawkins, who's kind of just a guy that figures out stuff, and he's like the MacGyver of the game. He can put all kinds of cool things together to make things work and operate.
And then
there's Max.
Dog.
Yeah, Max the 4-armed dog.
My favorite part of the game is how they made it look like old comic books.
I love that.
That was the best part of the game for me.
I love that. You've got all kinds of enemies that you got to defeat. Bam, bam, bam. You're taking care of all these little guys. You get to a big boss, and you've got to figure out there's some sort of special technique to wipe out the big boss. Definitely get out there and pick this one up. I'm going to give it 8.5 out of 10. Very, very solid. Great job, BioWare.
I give it a 7, only because, like I said, the controls really ruined the experience for me.
All right, what'd you think of Jedi Power Battles for the PlayStation?
Here's what I was looking forward to. I like to use the pad more than the analog. And I know some people love to use the analog all the time. In this game, you actually have to use both. I found, to get anything accomplished. So you need to run up to a guy, you have to be in front of him, and you chop him. It's not like a gun where you can shoot him a mile away.
You can deflect with the block button. I like that. I like that very much.
The guys will be shooting at you, you can deflect.
You can play 5 different Jedis from Episode 1. That's cool.
Okay, let's talk
Mace
about
Windu is the best, man. I love playing Sam Jackson. That's cool.
But who the heck are these other people?
Well, they got funny makeup on.
What the heck was that?
That's cool.
Oh, they made up Jedis. I didn't like
they
that
were in the
at all.
movie. They just had.
They weren't in the movie. They were sitting in a freaking around the thing.
They had non-speaking parts.
Yeah, non-speaking.
But that's cool.
Get out of
no,
here.
It's cool. It's cool
to play Obi-Wan. Everybody's gonna play Obi-Wan.
Nah,
the best
Mace
character.
Windu. You get lots of cool baddies. You get sand people. You get battle droids. You get all kinds of great Star Wars locations.
I give it a 6.8.
You give it a 6.8?
Yeah.
I give it a 6.5. What do you think of All-Star Baseball 2001, A Space Odyssey on a Nintendo 64?
That's what they need to do. That's what they need to start calling these games.
Oh, totally.
Madden NFL 2001, A Space Odyssey. Everybody's calling this the best baseball game of the year on any platform.
I'm going to do that for the consoles. I'm going to say that.
I disagree, but let me just say this. The best part of this game.
Yes.
They used Derek Jeter as the cover boy.
Oh, you're
throughout
sad.
the entire game. Derek Jeter is the
fanboy.
man. Yankees #1.
Yeah.
Derek.
The best stuff about this game is being able to hide your pitches, being able to control where your batter swing is going to be. The 3D animations are incredible. The motion capture is terrific. The AI is very good. This is a very, very, very solid baseball cartridge for the N64.
It's a solid cartridge game. Biggest problem of the game.
Collision detection.
What collision detection?
There is no collision detection.
There's no collision detection.
Players can walk through each other.
Players walk completely through each other.
You can actually put your player inside
the umpire.
Yeah.
When you hit a ball, the ball flies up in the air, and I don't know what the heck happens, but
it's not every time.
The camera seems to focus on the ball, and it screws up how you're trying to catch the thing.
It seems
awful.
more when it's going into center field. The deal is you get 700 pros, you get 35 teams, you get all the stadiums.
Including Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter's in the game. You get beautifully rendered fields. The pitching looks incredible. 9 out of 10 for All-Star 2001. What'd you give it?
It's a little too high. I would normally give it a 6.5, but because Derek Jeter's there, it gets a 1.5 higher. He's the best! The best!
Yeah, okay.
You can find all the games featured in Reviews in the Run and hundreds more at all Microplay locations across North America. Remember, Microplay, buy, rent, sell, trade.
If you need your daily fix of the Electric Playground 24 hours a day, check out www.elecplay.com.
Production assistance for Electric Playground is provided by MPlayer, Earth's free multiplayer gaming service. Sony Computer Entertainment, makers of Siphon Filter 2 for PlayStation. And Computech Media, publishers of Insight Video Gaming, Insight PC Gaming, and Insight.com.
Give me that!
This classic episode of the Electric Playground was brought to you by P&P Games, your source for everything video games. Support the partners that support the Electric Playground. Thanks for watching, and play forever.